This One's Wife, the Galling Hypocrite. More bad news for the narcissist that is This One's Wife, as another aspect of mainstream media weighs in on her recent trailer. And it's not looking good. Yes, the supine publications will no doubt held it as another wonderful tranche of homemaking delight, but they're paid to do so. Here, Maureen Callahan tells us, ready for another round of failure and fake fun from This One's Wife? Or should we call her Megan Sussex? On Tuesday, the Duchess dropped the new trailer for part 2. Really season 1 broken up, but that's how it's being sold to us. Maureen's on board with me in relation to calling it part 2 of season 1. And the comments under her Instagram post were turned off. Curious for a woman who seems so certain that she's deserving of endless applause and adulation. It's a fair observation by Maureen Callahan. You all know the reason why those comments are turned off is because whilst there might be applause and adulation in them, there will also be repeated criticism. Indeed, her dwindling band of supporters, as I have explained in the massacre video, are unlikely to hold back the tsunami of criticism that she experiences. And therefore, on her own personal space, which is Instagram, were it the case that she would turn comments on, she would likely experience a massacre of the proportions exhibited in relation to the comment section on YouTube in respect of the trailer for With Love, Meghan, Part 2 of Series 1. Accordingly, that is a huge threat to control. Not only is it a huge threat to control, but it would be taking place in her own backyard, which is something that the narcissist cannot allow. To countenance as such would be to allow a huge threat to control to take place. And therefore, it is necessary to head that off at the pass and switch off the comment section. Yes, she foregoes fuel, but she's not desperate for it. She's well fueled in other regards. And yes, it might seem curious for someone that wants endless applause and adulation, but remember, control is the ultimate, and the threat to control is too great, as we have seen in the comment section on the YouTube video. And therefore her narcissism in defending her ensures that that comment section remains switched off. Callahan continues, ever untethered from reality, This One's Wife is treating this as a win, even as Netflix has just declined to renew her and Harry's $100 million deal. Instead, the Sussexes now have a first look deal with the streamer, which means very little. If they have a pitch, it goes to Netflix first. That's it. See parts passing for my analysis of that. But as with all things Sussex, losses are spun into wins. Now, pausing there, indeed, that is the case. For once again, the attitude of the narcissist is that they are always a winner. And therefore, anything that hints at failure is rejected. The narcissists distance themselves from it. It was somebody else's fault. And then what they will engage in is demonstrating spinning to show that they have succeeded, that they are a winner. Accordingly, This One's Wife isn't focused on the fact that she didn't get an improved deal. She isn't focused on the fact that she didn't get a similar deal to the first one. The very fact that she's continuing to work with Netflix proves, in her deluded mind, that she is a superstar, nay, a rock star described by Ted Sarandos. And thus, her narcissism spins it into success. The inglorious drop of this trailer in the middle of the day on Tuesday with little fanfare and an August the 26th premiere date rather than a prominent fall debut says just how little faith Netflix seems to have in this iteration. The best moments are made to be shared, This One's Wife wrote in her post. Some Netflix executives would doubtless disagree. In fact, a source told the Daily Mail that the management is still upset that Harry's memoir Spare undercut what they clearly thought was exclusive to their royal-bashing docuseries. The $100 million deal has been an expensive failure for Netflix, however they want to dress it up, the source said. Of course it has. The first instalment of With Love, Meghan, which premiered in March, ranked 383rd in Netflix global viewing and amassed only 5.3 million views between January and June. a mere 2 minutes is what Netflix counts as a view. Her most famous guest thus far has been Mindy Kaling, who This One's Wife snapped at for calling her This One's Wife. "It's so funny that you keep saying This One's Wife," she said, her shoulders tensing and voice tightening. "You know I'm Sussex now." You could see the light fade from Kaling's eyes in that moment. It was a rude, imperious and necessary comment, naturally, the haughty and dismissive behaviour of the narcissist. And This One's Wife had a temerity to correct her guest. Of course she does. She has no emotional empathy for that guest, and operates with a sense of entitlement. What a faux pas. But This One's Wife thinks she should be teaching us the finer points of etiquette. Delusion. Yes, look to her, a woman who does not speak to her family of origin, save her mother, and who has helped her husband sever ties to his own family, the isolation of the narcissist, see repeated parts passim, to learn how to make family, friends, neighbours and strangers feel comfortable in one's home. Who better, truly? Now, to Netflix's description of part 2, as I call it. This One's Wife returns with a fun and heartwarming new season, welcoming celebrity chefs, talented artists and beloved friends for hands-on adventures filled with laughter and discovery. Beloved friends? This One's Wife allegedly tried to get Dolly Parton to appear on With Love, and Dolly declined. Go Dolly, she's no fool. Her team was livid. They don't want to risk Dolly's epic popularity by associating with This One's Wife. Absolutely. And the empathic Dolly Parton, watch my series about her if you haven't done so already, demonstrate that she's no fool and doesn't want to be tainted by association. Instead, we get the return of Daniel, the makeup artist, various dubious figures in the self-help space, including the baby-voiced Jamie Three Names, and Chrissy Teigen, the talent-free wife of John Legend, who was nearly cancelled for harassing the young starlet Courtney Stodden online. Callahan then repeats the tweets that were issued by Chrissy Teigen. I mentioned it in a separate video about her hypocrisy, so we needn't go there again. Naturally, Callahan identifies this hypocrisy in relation to This One's Wife. She continues by explaining this new instalment is a retread of the first. Old-time top 40 hits, This One's Wife painting, gift wrapping, baking, clapping her hands, and uttering such inanities as, "I love the idea of spending time together. Let's get creative and learn something new. There are easy ways to show up lovingly. Sure, just ask the British royal family." This One's Wife is refusing to take the rejection slip from the C-suite and the culture. Next up, a special edition titled With Love Meghan Holiday Celebration, scheduled for this December, surely close to when the Princess of Wales holds her annual Together at Christmas concert at Westminster Abbey. That announcement came not from Netflix, but via This One's Wife and Harry's Archwell Productions. Join This One's Wife in Monty Shit Show for a magical holiday celebration, the statement read. Harry wasn't even mentioned. Then again, it's very on brand for This One's Wife. Tout the sacred bonds of family while ignoring the bulk of one's own. Maureen Callahan has the measure, as you know, of This One's Wife, and once again it provides me with an opportunity to demonstrate another individual that shows what a Galling hypocrite she is, but also to demonstrate the various aspects of her narcissism writ large. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.